Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? We're back again, the Fantasy Fruit Loops. A little bit late today. That's all on me. My bad. I completely spaced it. Woke up super late and, had so many things going on. I was like, oh, shit. What's up? We got my man Jake Cruz out there. It was actually Jake Cruz who put out the little reminder like, hey, we doing fantasy tonight? I was like, oh, shiza. Let's get on that. So, yeah, I didn't think we were going to be able to get it, but here we go. We're going to pop it in anyway and make it happen. What's good with you tonight, Snafu?
If I'm being honest, I almost was hoping we wouldn't because I'm going to have to, we got to talk about how many games I missed when we were picking games. Statistically speaking, I am really bad at this.
He said, I'm really bad at this. Oh, man. Should we just get that in and out of the way real quick and just knock that out so we don't even have to think about it anymore?
I might as well. I
just want to put out the little disclaimer. We were having a little fun last week, and if it wasn't, we already kind of talked about it the other day, but if it wasn't for that one time when I asked you, Ravens or Cincinnati, and you're like, it's got to be Ravens. We're going Ravens, right? And just the way you said it, I was being a smart ass going with the flow, just because you said it that way, I'm going Cincinnati. If I wouldn't have pulled that move, I would have lost one game. I mean, who's going to call the Raiders beating Kansas City? That was crazy. But if I wouldn't have messed around, that would have been my only loss last week.
Oh, man, I almost called that one. That was going to be my upset, but I thought I was thinking it's a divisional game, but I was like, I don't think they're going to lose it. You got to stick with Mahomes until he loses one, right? And I didn't. But, man, I missed, every other game aside from – I got, one right or something.
Oh, man, it's for as many as I got right, you got wrong. That was crazy. Anything could happen any given day. And I don't know. I think it just made me feel better because I was kind of squawking the week before how easy it would have been to pick them all because it really did. The week before that, it really seemed lopsided. That's when I was saying on the stream last week. I was like, I think I would have picked them all, but maybe won that last week. It just seems so a given who was going to win and who was going to lose. So it was good to back it up this week. And I got two wrong, but really, I mean, that Ravens won. Earlier in the stream, I was sitting there squawking about how the quarterback for the Ravens was going to get more rushing yards than the running back for the Cincinnati. So it's not like I really ever thought Cincinnati was going to win that game. But yeah, that one hurt because if I wouldn't have messed around, that would have been probably my greatest call ever, only missing one game. What's up? We got Christian Holes out there. I see you. He said, shout out to 1-1, just checking in, watching great boxing match right now. There you go, Lopez and Lomachenko. Yeah, I'm not into boxing at all. Oh, got my man Jake Cruz parlayed the Raiders and Dolphins on the money line the last 2 weeks. One kind of big. Dude, you must have won huge. If you call the Finns upsetting San Fran and the Raiders upsetting, dude, that's huge. My man's got some extra ducats in his pocket. Well done, Jake Cruz. That is awesome. But just to get it in and make it official, last week we called the Rams. We both took a win. Andy called the Eagles to win. I don't know why you would ever think the Eagles were going to beat the Steelers, but that was off. We both called the Cardinals to win. And we both called Kansas to win, and we lost that one. They lost. Andy called Jacksonville to beat Texas. I knew that wasn't going to happen, not the way they fired their coach. I knew they were going to ball out of control, and they did. The Ravens we just talked about, I was goofing around, and I was stupid, and I picked Cincinnati, even after saying all that stuff earlier, how they were going to get waxed. Atlanta Falcons. Andy thought the Falcons were going to beat Carolina, but I kind of think that's just because he wanted Ridley to do so well. That didn't happen. Andy thought San Fran was going to win along with the rest of the world, but I knew my boys, the Finns, were going to come through strong and take it down, and they did. We both knew Dallas was going to beat the Giants. He thought the Colts were going to beat Cleveland, and I knew they were strong, even though they lost my man Chubb. Dude, Ernest was holding it down just fine, and it was going to give Kareem Hunt a chance to shine, and he did. Cleveland brought that one through. For some reason, Andy's big pick, he thought the Vikings were going to upset the Seahawks. That was his big pick-em, and it almost came to fruition. I can't even talk shit about that because
if Dalvin Cook finishes that game, the Seahawks don't win.
We had no answer. No answer.
He was slashing them up like that. If he doesn't, if he plays, there's no way they win.
Yeah,
but
I'm not even going to give you any shit. I'm not talking any smack on that one. You almost picked that. That would have been sick, and I would have been devastated all the way around. So we're just going to be happy the Seahawks squeaked that one out with a win. New England didn't play. They were on a bye, so we crossed that. New Orleans won. We both called that. Boy, I tell you what, they squeaked that one out. We almost lost on that one. And the Bills and Tennessee. I don't know why. Oh, you picked the Bills. I picked Tennessee, so it looks like that's one more L. And one more W. How did you not pick your own boys to win that one?
You don't remember the conversation? I always bet against my team.
Oh, okay.
Because then I win either way.
There you go. That's right. That's right. So all said and done, I took 2 losses. Andy took 1. I don't know how I'm going to run out of fingers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good Lord. A monkey throwing a dart at a dartboard could almost go 50-50 like that, I think. That one hurts a little bit. But it's football. That's why we play the game. Anything can and usually does happen, so you just can't be too mad at it. That's just how it goes down sometimes.
I'm happy. Tennessee beat the shit out of the Bills. Like, that was amazing. And the memes that come from it. When Derrick Henry has a game, there's always going to be like one little highlight stiff arm or him running over somebody. Dude, I love Derrick Henry.
Dude,
golly.
He's running hard. He got off to a slow start this year, but he's running hard now. He's looking good out there. Oh man, yeah. I was so on the fence when it came to waivers this week. I was looking and I was like, I don't even know if I'll get him because, I'm kind of on the bottom half. And I was like, and I wanted to make sure that I got a quarterback. And I knew some other teams had some guys going on weeks. So I ended up picking up my man. Dude, I've just had a Tannehill thing. I mean, maybe it's because he's an ex-Fin or whatever, but I've just had this gut feeling, like this hole in my stomach that I need Tannehill on my team. He helped bring me to a win last year, and I mean, he's an ex-Fin that's balling out of control, and I just haven't felt quite right without him. So I left, and I skipped over. What I'm mad about is I probably could have picked up Claypool and still got Tannehill, but I didn't want to chance it because I might have had to pick up somebody else. But I could have got Claypool and still got a decent quarterback. But I don't know. I mean, you got Fitzpatrick out there who's probably going to ball out of control against the Jets. Or this could be the week that he has his 5 interception. I mean, that's usually the time he does it, right, is when he's supposed to ball out of control. Then all of a sudden, hey, what's going on? Next thing you know, he's got 5 picks. And
he does it in the worst possible scenario all the time, where they're definitely going to bring in the backup. Because, if you do it against the Jets, if he throws 5 interceptions against the Jets, then that's a perfect scenario for Tua to come in because it's the Jets. So,
dude, that would be right up Fitzpatrick's wheelhouse. Is the game that he's just crushing and just whooped up on San Fran, and now he's supposed to just absolutely decimate the Jets, and he comes out and throws 5 picks. That would be right up Fitzmagic's wheelhouse right there. So you never know what to pick. But yeah, it was a great game of football, man. It was awesome. Somebody like me, like I said, I DVR 4 games, and then during the week they replay some of the other games that weren't showing. So man, it's been a great week catching up on football. I've been loving it. How bad is the old the COVID thing kind of striking your league so far?
Pretty bad for me because I have a lot of I'm a Titans fan, so I got my homer picks and stuff. I got Tannehill because I know he's underrated. I got him in a couple leagues. So it's been kind of screwing me, but my big thing is on Yahoo, they don't have COVID slots. And if a player's not on IR and they have a bye week, that you can't put them in IR, right? So even if they're not going to play the week after bye week, they go in questionable status on the week of their bye. Well, if that's a COVID week, you just lose out a slot because you can't put the team in COVID. You don't have that slot. And then even I missed out AJ Brown. He wasn't going to play when they had the COVID, their bye week. He was still injured, and he was injured for the next week. So like I couldn't put him in IR, so that cost me a spot because I'm not going to drop him, obviously. And so I ended up losing a game last week or like 2 weeks ago by a couple points, and I didn't have a kicker in because I wasn't willing to drop anybody and I couldn't put Brown in IR.
Sometimes you got to just to get those extra points, man. That kicker can make or break a game, which like it sounds like it did. You get 5 points, you probably win, right?
Right. 5 points, I win. But
is there a kicker that didn't score 5 points last week?
No, I don't know. And I would have won because like Elliott was still out there, and I usually just pick up like Mayers or Elliott. They're always out there, and so I would have won. But man, I'm playing the long game. Dalvin Cook got hurt. Madison would have been someone that I would have been thinking about dropping to pick it up. Dalvin Cook got hurt. I got Madison, so I'm definitely winning this week.
yeah, that was hurt. Oh man, I'm not that guy to harp on stuff. We already know it's been talked about a million times this year. So just a quick shout out to my man Dak. Come back. Hope we wish you a speedy recovery. I just watched my whole fantasy league go right down the drain, dude. My man was putting up more points. I mean, it started at 40 and was just going up and up every week. Last week, he put up a 50 burger for me. And every week he starts out slow, just like he started out slow this week. And then in the fourth quarter comes back and throws, another 30 points for you. And oh my God, just the horror.
You watched it, you were like, no.
Oh my God, just right in front of my eyes. I was like, that just happened. I was broken, dude. Yeah, you don't even know. That one killed. So yeah, that sucks. And yeah, it's crazy. And the crazy thing about it is I was like, man, this is a year where like there's no preseason. There's a ton of injuries. Everybody's getting hurt. I need to pick up a backup quarterback. So I picked up David Carr, and you're never not starting Dak, especially for a Carr. But of course, if I'd have just done it and played my new player, Carr goes off for a 40 burger and I would have just walked. I almost won my game anyway. But with Dak, not putting up 40 or 50, only putting up 15 before he got hurt, I ended up losing by 15. And dude, heart's broken. That was both my losses this week. I lost in week 1 when literally half my team got injured. 4 or 5 players on the first week got hurt. Kittle being one of them. I was like, are you kidding me? Like my whole team decimated. Got on the waivers, made it happen, fought back, won every game, and then back to this week, and everybody got hurt. I made I thought I was going to be a hero or a goat, switching the Mike Evans for Darius Slayton. I sat Evans, played Slayton. It was the right pick, and it would have been really the right pick if Evans didn't steal that touchdown for an extra 6, and if Slayton didn't get that ridiculous ticky-tack call to get his touchdown called back. Because that would have been another 9-point play basically for him. And, take 6 away. It would have been 30 for Slayton and like 8 for Evans. It would have been a genius call. As it was, I still got more points, but it really would have been the sick call if all that would have worked out how it kind of should have. But, man, what a week of football. And the injuries that just, like I said, both our teams just took it in the face.
Dude, we've talked about my luck. Like, my terrible luck in fantasy is crazy. I played against a guy who started Claypool. Claypool was rostered in like 7% of leagues. And this fucking guy starts him and beats me by 15 points. Claypool goes off. He has like 65 points in this game. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was so mad. I was like, who starts Claypool? What?
Oh man, yeah, that's insane. That is truly unlucky right there. That is truly unlucky. I'm gonna be able to take out some of my aggressions this week because we have a team in our league that has played the Buttercup every weekend. Every week, dude, he plays the guy who scores the least amount of points, and he scored no points. and end up squeaking it out every single week. Like, I'm like, dude. So, yeah, I finally get to play him this week, and I'm about to put it on him. Like, everything I had, I'm about to take out on his team this week because, oh, my God.
How about Edmonds, though? Why don't you listen to me?
Dude, Chase Edmonds, give it up to Andy. Absolutely. Bravo. That was the call. I didn't think it was there. And how much of a schmuck am I for picking him up and then dumping him in the same week? I could have had a great backup. And I'm still sitting here with Dearness Johnson, which, I mean, that could still pan out. I mean, if Chubb takes a little longer to come back and Hunt ends up getting hurt, Ernest Johnson could be the pick of the year. So I'm still kind of holding out for that. The guy came in for half a game and put up 95 yards. He is a runner if they just give him a chance to do it.
Man. Okay, so I have this here. You're going to make fun of me about this. And I realize there's no friends in fantasy, right? But my brother-in-law, he runs a league, and that's the league we've been in for a really long time. But I'm trying to convince him to turn it into a fab league, right? So I have him join over to my my other league that is a full auction league. Well, he screwed himself because it's 2 quarterbacks. He didn't realize how valuable a quarterback was, and he ended up auto drafting at the end because he felt like he just had a baby and stuff. So he only had like 1 quarterback going into the season. So he was fucked. And then he ends up trading good players for a backup. And then his backup gets hurt. Now with Dak Prescott going down, I have more money in my fab account, or like my my salary cap. Like, I have enough room to outbid him for Andy Dalton, who is literally the only quarterback in free agency in that league. And I let him have Andy Dalton with, like, I made him max out his money.
Wow, that is pretty nice, dude. That's incredible.
Because I want him to enjoy fab so that he does it in the other league, because it's a way better system.
Well, there you go. Then you're playing the long game, though. So actually, you are going to win in the end.
But here's the thing. The guy that had Dak Prescott also has Dalvin Cook. And I could have traded him Andy Dalton for Dalvin Cook, and he would have accepted that trade.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you might have shot yourself in the foot. You might have blown your whole season.
Yeah, but if I can get him to switch over to fab, it'll be worth it to me. But if he doesn't, I'm going to be pissed. I'll let you get Andy Dalton. Dude, and it was like we both had a lot in our thing. So I did $1 less than his maximum. If he didn't cash out like all of his remaining money for Andy Dalton, I was taking him. So, and I told him, I'm like, you should put in everything.
Yeah, you have to. You got no choice. And that guy, and he could end up being a monster, dude. Andy Dalton is no scorch. I mean, he's not a regular backup. Like that guy, he's never had an arsenal like this before. He could come out and ball out better than he's ever done in his career, and he probably is going to. Like, he knows this is his last shot. He knows this is for all the marbles. He's probably going to go out and ball out of his mind. He's got all these weapons. Dude, you saw him wake Gallup back up at the end. You know that's going to be good. Dude, Gallup's a superstar. So you got a quarterback that believes in him and starts throwing to him? I mean, dude, Andy Dalton could be a top 5 quarterback by the end of this year if you count from now to the end of the year.
And that's so good for me. I have Gallup in my league, and I'm like, yes, he came in through 2 clutch balls to him, where Gallup makes plays on both of them, making Andy Dalton like do a game-winning drive. So I was like, yes, that's going to stick in his memory. Like, he is going to go to Gallup. I'm like, yes.
Absolutely. So, yeah, dude, Andy Dalton could come out and end up being a top 5 quarterback from here to the end. So, yeah, you might have really hooked him up and really shot yourself in the foot and had a chance of winning this one, because that could pay huge dividends. My man Jake Cruz out there saying, I'm trying to decide between George Kittle and Gesicki. My man is a Dolphins fan. You know I'm a diehard Dolphins fan. There's no choice here. This is not a question. If George Kittle is healthy, you play George Kittle. Buddy, I've got, not only do I have a Gesicki for my second tight end, I've got Sanu. Top two right now, basically, in tight ends. Like he's the number 2 tight end right now. I'm still going George Kittle over Sanu. There's no question. If George Kittle is healthy, you play George Kittle. That's just how that goes.
Yeah, you agree with that, Andy? Right. Oh, yeah.
You may need your money later anyways. With COVID, anything could happen. That's true. You still got a full bank, and, I mean, there's still a long way to go. So you might need that bank later on for another massive player. So those guys might not even work out right. You might end up with a better deal in the long run anyway. Jake's got it right on that one.
Yeah, but not. Like, here's the thing. If I would have done that, I could have traded him for almost any non-quarterback player in the league. That's the thing. So – you know, a top running back in the league like Dalvin Cook, that guy would have said, yep, in an instant, because quarterbacks are so valuable in the league. I don't need a quarterback in that league. I don't need an extra one.
Right.
So it would have been smart, but, you know, I just want playing the long manipulation game with my brother-in-law, trying to get him like real world manipulation.
Right, exactly. Playing the long game. Jake Cruz says he thinks that Andy Dalton's better than Dak. I don't know if I can go there. I don't think that's even close, but he is good. But I don't think he's better than Dak. I got to say well on that one.
As just a straight quarterback, I would probably rather have Andy Dalton. Like if they're in the exact same team. Like really? Everything's exactly the same, I probably want Andy Dalton.
Well, they were on the same team. And
well, I'm saying me personally.
I don't know. Dalton can't. You don't get the rushing yards that you get out of Dalton that you got out of Dak.
Yeah, but he is a better passer, intermediate. Like Dak can throw the ball, but Andy Dalton he's a pretty smart quarterback. I don't know. I'm taking Andy Dalton.
The more you talk, the more I'm like, are you crazy, dude? Dak was putting up 50 burgers, and he wasn't doing that. And that was with his receivers dropping a bunch of balls. So it wasn't, he wasn't hitting them.
They're throwing it all the time. Andy Dalton, you know, Andy Dalton's big thing against him is that he sucks in the playoffs. What has Dak done in the play? Like, they're the same person, basically.
Not even close.
Are you serious? Look at Andy Dalton's early numbers. Like, he put up numbers. But look where Dak Prescott's legs got him though. To be fair.
Oh, it was pretty I just hate thinking about that. That's just the worst part of football. What's up, Peter Griffin? I see you out there. He said Dak's good in garbage time. Come on.
Oh. You said that this morning
He did. I mean, that's
what he's garbage. He doesn't do shit early in the game. The fourth quarter, he throws a bunch of touchdowns. That's garbage time. You're losing.
Garbage time. That's having an Ezekiel Elliott on your team who you have to just feed and feed and feed. And then when you get behind and the Zeke game's not working, you start throwing the ball. That's not on Dak. That's just a running back that you have to feed. So what else are you going to do? It's got to go down like that.
I don't think it has to go down like that.
No, it doesn't have to, but I don't know. I think, like I said, I believe Andy Dalton is a fantastic backup. He's not even a backup. He could be starting on some teams, but I'm just not going to buy that he was better than Dak. That's pushing it a little.
We'll see. But I'm not saying Dak is bad, and I'm not saying Andy Dalton's great. I'm saying if I was just building a team, I probably would want Andy Dalton over Dak. Andy Dalton just has a reputation, and that's his problem. Like, we'll just have to see how he does.
Yep, we'll see. We'll have to see what the new and improved Andy Dalton. And like I said, I mean, he's never had an arsenal like he's got right now. So, I mean, you just can't be too – I don't know. How can you not be up on it? I think he's going to come out and ball out of his mind. I really do. But time will tell. Oh, speaking of what we'll tell, what happened last week with our calls? We had a couple people asking some questions and got some right, got some wrong. We had if we should put in I I can't even remember the first question, who all it was, but you said put in John Brown and Mostert. John Brown had 0 points. Mostert had 14-9.
To be fair, that was a Tuesday, and John Brown was supposed to play, and he did not. He did not. That's some bullshit.
So I guess we don't even need to talk about how OBJ put up 11. But you smoked me, on the other way, because I said Deontay Johnson was going to do it, and he ended up getting hurt and only put up less than a point. So got a 50-50 on that one. You smoked me. I was too hurt by Bobby Woods the week before, so I was a little down on him last week, and he ends up balling out. He got 22-10. I was with DJ Shark. He got 4-6, and he got hurt. And it's just so hard to go with injuries, but it's part of the game. It's what happens. We both picked Mostert over White. White had the bye, so it didn't really matter. You picked Thomas, who didn't play. John Brown didn't play, so that didn't really matter. Jacobs, it was Taylor, Juju, and Woods, and we both said pick Jacobs up, and Jacobs ends up getting 22.5, and the closest one was Bobby Woods with 22-10. So we both got that. Taylor had 15-4. Juju got 6.5. I was really down on Juju last week. I am really up on Juju this week. I think this is going to be the Juju week this week. What do you think?
Voodoo Mama Juju. I'm telling you. I think he's going to do better, just like if Claypool has another game like he doesn't have to have as good a game, but if he can do similar to what he did, then that benefits Juju, just like when Brown played there. So it makes Juju better because they have to worry about Claypool. So yeah, I think it takes another week of Claypool balling out, and then Juju has a big game.
Really? You think Claypool goes back-to-back monster weeks?
No, he doesn't even have to. It doesn't have to be a monster week. 100 yards. If he can do 100 yards, doesn't even have to have a touchdown. Then, that's when Juju's going to open up, because they're going to have to really watch Claypool, and that's going to open up Juju for more catches.
Wow. I get it, but I don't think they go back-to-back with Claypool. I think they let him off because people are going to be keying on him, and I think they jump on and what's up? We got my man JD out there. Good to see you, brother. It's been forever. Nice to see you out there. But yeah, I think they let Claypool rest because people are going to be keying on him, and I think they make it the Juju show this week. Time will tell, but yeah, I think it's going to be all about Juju this week. What's up, JD? You playing some fantasy football? You getting in it this year? How's your team doing? Let us know. We got Peter Griffin. I just keep checking the league, praying someone drops a wide receiver by accident so I can grab him. Hey, you got to get on those waivers and kind of sit there like a cobra in the grass and just wait, because they will. Sometimes people have too many people and they'll drop a guy not really thinking about the matchups coming up to pick up somebody they need, like a quarterback, and you can get an all-star receiver that way. So definitely keep your eye on those waivers. It can happen.
I did that after week 1 with Jonnu Smith because I thought I had too many Titans players. So I dropped Jonnu in one of my leagues. And I was like, I can't have the whole Titans offense, which, worked out, but Jonnu's a top 5 tight end right now. So it was kind of dumb. So people will drop him. But in that same league, I have about 5 of the top 15 wide receivers. And I don't even know what to do with them all.
I don't even know what to do with them all. That's a good problem to have, though. Tannehill or Murray this week? There's a good one. I think, oh boy,
I'm going Murray. It doesn't matter.
Murray's tough. If you have Murray, it's tough not to start him. His legs just.
Yep, because he doesn't dump the ball off, but if you, no matter how points are scored in the game he had or in your league, Murray has an edge because he runs the ball. So he has a potential to hit an extra bonus that Tannehill is not going to.
Right. And he's going to he's going to kite all the freaking goal line touches. Literally 3/4 of their calls inside the 5 are for Murray just to take it in because he is their best running option. So
now with Edmund coming on, Edmund's going to be the man.
Yeah, that's why you got to go Murray, is because he's going to steal all the goal line touches. So basically, you got to go Murray in that one. Even though I want Tannehill to do better because I just picked Tannehill up for my quarterback this week. Let's keep checking the league. Absolutely. Got to do it. It can't happen. JD Jake. Oh, he's a Broncos fan. He's on suicide watch. Hey, man, I said it last week, and I really wish they would have played because I think Lindsay would have came in and balled out of control like I was calling. Game ends up getting canceled. Now you got the whole freaking Dewey situation. They're saying they're not holding him out because of that, but he did not practice on Friday due to illness. So he's not going to be playing. And now my call's not quite as sick. But if you went out and listened to me last week and picked up Philip Lindsay, you got a good player because he is going to be the starting running back this week.
Yeah, but they're playing against New England,
which is a great defensive running back. But like I said, Lindsay's been held up. He's been just chomping at the bit, waiting to get back in. I think he balls out of control. I think New England, they're just more about getting Cam going this week, and the defense might be a little bit slighted, and it might be Lindsay time.
Do you think, okay, if you have Madison or Lindsay, who do you start?
If you have what?
Madison or Lindsay? You have Madison and Lindsay.
Well, I mean, I go Madison in that situation just because the Vikings are a better team. Cousins is a better quarterback, and you got the two Jefferson and Thielen out there taking pressure off you. I mean, that's not even a close situation. Of course you got to go Madison because of the situation he's in. That's just set up for a run. Whereas Lindsay's just dude, the Broncos are a dumpster fire this year. They're terrible. Like all the way around, their team is a dumpster fire. So Lindsay's basically going to be like the sole hope, and I think he balls out of control just because. But yeah, of course you're going to go Madison in that situation. My man Peter Griffin says, "Let's start up chat league." Yeah, you missed us last week. We were talking about that last week, Peter. We're going to do that. Get up and get all of us that are always in here, and yeah, we're definitely going to start up a little chat league and see what's up. We'll put up a little trophy at the end so you can take that one down. That'll be fun. Absolutely. Oh man, let's start a second half league. Yeah, Andy was kind of talking about something about us two getting in week to week, but yeah, we can discuss something like that.
We can do like I don't know, a 4-team. I was gonna go head to head on like a DraftKings style salary cap league to see what's up, and we'll do it for something. Maybe we can have a chat league as well.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, blasphemy. I don't know. Some would want to put you at the cross for that one, Jake Cruz. But they have to fire Elway. Woo-hoo. Oh, blasphemy. After he goes in and takes a huge chance on Manning and brings home the Super Bowl titles, I don't know. He gets a couple years of leeway for that. I mean, I guess he's had a couple, but man, that's a rough one.
He ain't John Lynch, that's for sure.
Yep. Yeah, that is true. That is true. So back on our calls last week, Andy called Jefferson to have another big week. He only put up 5.3. We both knew we should have played Keenan Allen, but didn't. And I took the flyer because I knew my man Will Fuller was going to ball out, and Will Fuller definitely took it down with 15-8. So Will Fuller was the right call on that one. We both picked McLaren over Brown. That was the right pick because Brown didn't even play. We both picked Carson over Mostert. That was the right call. I picked Lindsay over Hines, but Lindsay ended up with a bye, so that didn't really go. You picked Kelly and McKinnon. Kelly had 4.8. McKinnon had 2.5. I picked Edmonds and Kelly, and Edmonds. You didn't even pick your own boy, Chase Edmonds. That goes off for 2020. That was amazing.
Why wouldn't I pick Edmonds? I must not have read that. I must have missed that because Edmonds I thought was gonna ball out. So to be fair, if I said it before the stream ended that he was gonna go off, so I would have picked him.
You did say that, and I did. I remember even in the stream, I was like, "What? You've been touting Edmonds this whole time, and you're not picking him?" And you're like, "Gotta go Kelly McKinnon." But yeah, I picked up. Yeah, Edmonds just balled out on that one. That's crazy. Had Smith didn't go, and Ertz 1.6. So the only reason I won that is because that was nothing. Or no, Jonnu Smith. He actually got that one. What did Smith end up doing getting that game? I didn't put that in because it was a Tuesday game.
I don't know the stats. He got a touchdown, and
yeah, he did. He actually had ended up putting a game. He had 2 touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, I might have.
I'm pretty sure he had 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he had 21 points. He balled out of control. Absolutely. Put that up there. So Andy gets a win on that one. You picked Jefferson again. We both sat Allen, and I picked Lamb. Lamb went off for over 20. You picked Matt Ryan for 920. I picked Teddy B for 30.95 because I knew my man Teddy B was about to lose his mind last week, and he did.
That's another thing. Remember, I said bet against your team. I said I got Bridgewater in all my 2 quarterback leagues, and so if I bet against them, hey, I win twice, or either way. I don't win twice, but I win either way.
Oh. That defense would have won with Flacco. He says it right there. Oh, yep. Snafu was high on Edmonds last week. He was. He just didn't put him in when the money counted for his pick for some reason.
I'm telling you, I wasn't paying attention, clearly.
We both went Minshew over Big Ben, and Minshew had 26.85. Big Ben actually had 29.75 because Claypool went off just nuts. We both went Thomas over Beasley, but Thomas didn't even play. And you went Woods for 2010. I went Jefferson for 5.3, but we were both wrong because DJ Moore finally put a game on for 22.3.
We had one about that when we were talking. I said, why aren't you going to pick DJ Moore? You think Bridgewater's going to go off? I'm glad DJ Moore went off too because I started him. Man,
yeah,
he did it.
I told you last week. I said because it's going to be my man Robbie catching all the balls, but he caught some too. But yeah, he just went nuts on everybody. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You picked the Indy defense, who's basically one of the number 1 defenses in the league this year. I took a homer pick because Steelers D is my defense, and it ended up being Indy. But we're really both wrong because he said if you could pick any defense, what defense would it be? And the Ravens
could have been Baltimore.
Dude, Baltimore went crazy last week. So,
dude, I really underestimate Cleveland. I realize that right now that I'm underestimating Cleveland. But I still will pick against them because they're fucking Cleveland. I can't help it. They're not going to keep doing it. If they win a Super Bowl, I will eat my sock. If they win a Super Bowl,
you heard it here first, folks. Andy is eating the socks. Oh,
I will eat my sock if they win a Super Bowl this year.
Oh,
I'll put it on stream.
I'm glad you won some money with that Miami pick the other day because Singletary and Drake as your RBs cannot be a fun situation this year.
I thought Singletary was going to be great after week 1. I was like, oh shit, he's looking good. Nope.
No, he's rough, man. He is rough. Oh, but topping it out, who was going to have the 100-yard game, Gibson or Woods? Gibson ran for 27 and caught for 24. I was a little bit closer with Woods, who had 71, but he got 56 of that on one play. So neither one of them hit 100 yards. That was kind of a bust. And last but not least, we went Ruggs, Tater, Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick ended up getting a bye, so that kind of put that out. But you were right with Ruggs over Tate, 22.5. So kind of up and down on that one for calls last week, but not too shabby. Nothing else out. Yeah, the waiver wires, depending on if you're in a 10, 12, or 14-team league, well, I tell you what, those waiver wires, even in the 10-man leagues, are getting pretty bare. So the 12 and 14s are really struggling. There's just not much out there to have. You got kind of to get hurt.
One of my 12-team leagues, well, I mean, all of them are 12 teams, but one of my leagues has an extra slot on the bench to deal with COVID stuff. Man, that is a bare league. There is nobody on waivers. So going in, you have to understand my mentality when I'm talking about players is I am hoping for someone to go off from, free agency. So I'm always looking for sleepers. So I'm kind of biased in that way where I won't pick obvious picks.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the best way to win is definitely by like you said, picking up a sleeper. But that's just easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah, so that's the thing is sometimes since I'm always looking for that, I'll bypass obvious players like Allen. Neither one of us picked Allen. That's the obvious choice.
Right.
Just if that's on your team, are you benching Allen in that situation? I mean,
Right.
I would because I'm an idiot.
Exactly. Hey, I'm the guy who benched Mike Evans, who's caught a touchdown in every game this year, for Darius Slayton, who has no quarterback to even throw him the ball. But sometimes you got to take those crazy picks. And I was almost a super genius, like I said. If it really worked out, that was almost a 30-6 overlay pick. Ended up only winning by 6 extra points, but like you said, extra points are extra points. Yeah, Peter Griffin hoping the Bears would snag up Le'Veon to help him out. It's almost not even fair that the Chiefs picked him up. I mean, are you kidding me? Just one more arsenal in that freaking.
But in my one league, I picked Hilaire in the first round.
Oof.
So
that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, but that's also my league where I have like Edmonds and I have a good amount of running backs in that league. So it's not going to be that bad. It's just going to be the choice of do I start Hilaire? That's going to be the big thing. Is it adds another person into the whole who do I start thing, and I hate that. I would rather have a shit bench.
Right, of course, just make it easy, absolutely. But on the flip side, you do have Andy Reid out there calling it. He's going to put both of them in. And, I mean, you already saw that. I mean, if you got the right plays, it can work when you saw Chubb and Hunt out there both producing week in and week out. So why couldn't Hilaire and Lavelle do the same thing?
Yeah, well, it just takes touches. It takes touches away. It takes potential plays away to bust
or it keeps you fresh and lets you bust even bigger when you do touch it.
Maybe.
I mean, those are both speedsters that can catch the ball. I mean, those both big playmakers.
Yeah, I was just bummed. Like I never pick receivers for Kansas City because you never know who Mahomes is really going to go with. Like
unless it's Hill, but yeah.
Even Hill sometimes he'll have like off games and I'm like, damn it. Like that'll be the week, Right. Watkins has been getting a lot of balls and then sometimes even Hardman will have a game where he just goes off. He'll have like 5 points, and then Hardman, goes crazy, 2 touchdowns and 150 yards. And you're like, what the hell happened here? And I hate that.
Yeah, that's rough. Jake Cruzworth and then I have Buffalo and San Diego for defense. Buffalo against KC, who's going to be upset and ball out of control this week. And San Diego, who's on a bye. You just got to drop San Diego, hope nobody picks them up, and get yourself a defense, buddy. I mean, that's the one thing that might be left out there. You might be able to pick up as a defense. And, if you're in a close game, which you're probably going to be this week, I would not chance that. I'd go out and get a different defense. Drop somebody, pick them up, and hope you can pick them up. It's probably meant to be. If you lose them, maybe you'll get somebody who's even better in the end. And San Diego's not that great in defense. They're good, but they're not the bad. We got my man Iron Trone. Good to see you out there, Iron Trone. Fantasy football, is that with giants and elves and dwarves and White Walkers and hobbitses? You know it. You know it is. I love seeing Iron Trone in the chat.
I seen this meme the other day that said fantasy football is just for people that suck at fantasy and football. Or it's Dungeons and Dragons for people who suck at fantasy and football. Like, that's kind of true.
Kelsey is always a safe bet. That's one of my big thing is I always pick a tight end early, and I was so up in the air. Do I go Kittle, Kelsey, Kittle, Kelsey? Kittle's just ceiling is so much higher that I took it. But, yeah, Kelsey is always the safest bet. Got to love Kelsey. How does Kansas City always just produce just top-tier tight ends? It blows me away.
Yep.
Oh, Tennessee is out there. Yeah, like I said, man, go out there and get yourself a defense, man. You don't want to lose. Like Andy said, if Andy would have picked up a kicker, he would have won his game last week. Don't be Andy.
Yeah, don't do dumb shit like me. It pays off sometimes, but it's risky.
Oh, shit. Let's get in our man, I was like Peter Griffin was saying, though, with Lev Bell, man, you're hoping your Bears got him. The Finns were talking about it, too. He actually works out and has a place down in Miami. So I thought that might actually work out. Miami might sneak him in, but wasn't meant to be. He just went to a team full of all-stars just to basically buy himself another ring, which is just garbage, but whatever. But speaking of your Bears, who do you got to win this week, Andy? Is it going to be the Bears or the Panthers?
I feel like the Bears are the worst winning team. whenever you watch one of their games, they should not win any of those games. That's all I can think. And I think the Panthers are on the up. So I'm going to take the Panthers over the Bears.
Nice. Well, then you already know that makes me taking the Bears. I got the Bears all day. I was born in Chicago, so I do have that little love for the Bears at all times. So I always pick them when I can. Oh, this is probably not tough. Broncos and the Patriots. Who you got?
I'm going to take the Patriots on this one.
Yeah, believe it or not, I wrote that in for you before you even told me. I don't know why. I just took a
I'm a madman, but I ain't that mad.
All right, Texans, Titans. Who do you got?
Bet against my team. I'm going Texans. Even though they never, beat Tennessee, but we're going to go. I like to be happy either way. Half a loaf is better than none.
There you go. I'm going to take the Titans in this one. I just think Tannehill's on a mission all of a sudden this year. He's upset about what's been going on with COVID, and he's ready to do it. Let's see. We got Cleveland Browns against the Steelers. Who do you got to win that one?
Ooh, they are the Browns, so I'm going to go with the Steelers. Like I said, even though I realized after they played Indy, I'm underestimating them. I'm still going with the Steelers.
All right. Can't go. I mean, I think that's going to be one of the games of the week. That's going to be a tough one. Baltimore Ravens or the Eagles?
I'm going to go the Ravens on this one.
Yeah, believe it or not, that's another one I already wrote down before you even told me. I'm not messing around with that one again. Tell you that. Burn me. I would have been just one loss. That's like my greatest pick ever. That's amazing. Washington football team or the New York Giants?
I'm going Washington in another poop bowl.
Another poop bowl. All right, I'm going to take the Giants then. I think that's another just flip it and pick it. Who knows who's going to win that one?
This is one where you're going to be happy if you have McLaurin or Gibson.
Falcons or Vikings? You don't have to be that quiet. Don't worry about it. Falcons or Vikings?
The Vikings. I'm going to say the Falcons are going to be up by 30 going into the fourth quarter. They're going to blow it. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what they do. Oh, Detroit Lions or the Jaguars?
Let's go the Lions on this one since you're wearing a Lions jersey.
Perfect, because I'm going to go Jacksonville. Even though I don't think my man DJ Shark is going to be healthy for this game, and Minshew usually does not do well without my man Shark in the game. So I don't know why I'm picking that, but I am. Just because it's the Lions and they just always find a way to lose. Bengals or Colts?
Shit. This is more on a tougher one for me, but I think that the Bengals are going to kind of be on a mission and they're going to pull out a win on this one.
Perfect, because I'm going Colts. I think my man Jonathan Taylor has a get-right game this week, and they ball out.
I mean, that's fair. I could toss up either way on that one, but
the Jets or the Dolphins?
I'm gonna pick the Jets.
Nuh-uh. Are you really?
Just because you love the Dolphins, I don't want you to pick against your team.
Well, I'm not. I would never. Even though this is the perfect scenario for 50 to have a 5-interception game. Always Miami all day against the Jets. I hate the Jets. Always have, always will. Packers or Tampa Bay? That's going to be a game of the week. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. But I am not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers right now, so I'm going Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay as well. They're coming off a bye week. They're going to be fresh. Adams could be back. They could just absolutely wax Tom Brady this week. What about the Rams or the 49ers?
I'm going to pick the Rams, and I think that I shouldn't pick the Rams. I realized that after I said it, but it's too late. I'm sticking with it.
You can change it because I'm taking the Rams.
I'm sticking with the Rams. I think Akers is going to have a game.
He could, and San Fran's just so beat up right now. They just got nothing left. So, Snafu was drunk. I love it. If I was Washington, I would never pick a new name. They can call me Washington Football Team forever. There you go.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm too much of a troll. When all that came out, I was like, man, I would have made my name like the Washington Conquistadors, just to be petty. I don't know. I'm just like, I can't take anything serious.
I'm the same way, Peter Griffin. You bet against Cup, he goes off. I bet against Woods, he goes off. It's just so tough with those receivers. You never know who's going to do it.
Oh, man, Claypool. I'm taking – I don't know. I don't know if Claypool was a flash in the pan. I would probably go Hollywood Brown if I'm being honest. But Claypool, I might start him just because he might have another game.
Cup, Hollywood Brown, and Claypool. He could, but I don't know. I think, man, the way the San Fran's defense is their back four is so beat up, I almost got to go Cooper Kupp in that one.
But it's Cup or Claypool because I didn't read the PPR part. So you're not taking Hollywood in PPR. Like, he's going to hit the big play, but, yeah, I'm taking Claypool or Cup. One of those.
So you're saying, which one are you going to – so which one you're going to say Claypool?
Oh, you went Cup, so I'll go Claypool.
Claypool. I'll go Cup. And who was Hollywood Brown?
Yeah, that was the other one. Oops. My bad. I didn't see that until just now. Sorry about that.
All right, let's see here. Oops. All right. So you're going Claypool, Hollywood Brown. I'm going Cup. And where were we at here? We got Rams. And we got Kansas City Chiefs or the Buffalo Bills.
I'm taking Kansas City. They're both coming off like bad losses, but Kansas City's the better team.
Yeah, absolutely. Tough to go against Kansas City. Even after a loss, I'm still not picking against them. And last and maybe least, we got the Cardinals and Cowboys.
Let's go with the Cowboys. I think they come back and we'll see what Andy Dalton can do. I better put my money where my mouth is about him being a good quarterback. So I'm going to pick Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys.
I'm not a fan either, but yeah, I think just kind of homage to Dak. I think they ball out of control for him this week. So I think they're going to be doing that too. Bears been down 16-plus going into the fourth 3 times this season, and they do find a way to pull it out. That's their defense getting it done. Absolutely. The Washington Washies. You got to just love an iron showing out there. But, yeah, that's going to do it for us this week just because it started so late, and I'm actually a couple hours late to a weekly poker game I really need to get to. So any other picks you want to call out this week or what's going to happen? What's going on?
All I'm going to say is the Edmund thing that's not a fluke. Like, that's going to be fairly consistent. He's might not put up as much numbers, but he will be consistently, a high-level running back.
Does he completely take over for Drake, or do they just split more?
He becomes the guy. Yep. He's not going to get all the carries, but he catches passes, which is, more important.
This will be the week. Everybody and their mother is counting Kenyon Drake out. So I say if he doesn't get right this week, he's gone and he's done. But I think there's a very good chance that he has a get-right game and kind of puts a little doubt into all these people that are ready to just throw him by the wayside. I think he might ball out and have the game. And he is going to have a game. He's going to have a game. I think this week might be the week that he has it. I think Kenyon Drake just might ball out this week. That'll be my dark horse pick. I think Kenny Drake has a huge game this week. Heard it here first. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Like I said, they are texting. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're blowing me up. I really got to get out here. Sorry we started so late. We'll get started again a lot earlier next week and get a lot more in, answer more questions, and I have a little more info for you for the coming week. But definitely want to wish everybody out there good luck. Hope everybody brings home the victory in their game this week. And yeah, we'll be back this Tuesday for some more Cobra Kai, starting out with Season 2, Episode 1. So any last words out the door?
Oh, please pray for my team. And I don't know. I haven't looked at who I'm playing, but I'm sure it's going to be whoever balls out this week. So,
give it up one time for Snafu Z. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We're going to talk to you soon. Be easy out there.